Hello, so this is chapter 4 of intentional helping. In a helping profession, we have given much effort to finding efficacious approaches that facilitate human relationships. Problem solving, conflict resolution, marital enrichment, career decision making, and countless other interactions influence people's lives. In this chapter, we examine one such structure for communicating with others. The invitational theory of communication is useful in helping relationships because its theoretical base includes assumptions that underlie all caring relationships. The belief that people hold about themselves and the conclusions they draw about others and the world around them help establish a basis for choosing from a wide range of caring and uncaring behaviors. First among these ingredients is the belief that good things happen. In other words, having a generally optimistic view of human condition and the potential of people to work together to create an encouraging stance, we truly must believe that the client can make positive things happen in their life. So, reflection number 1. What do you believe about the human condition and the potential of individuals to develop fully? I believe that every human has the potential to live a quality life and develop to their full potential. Reflection number 2. Conveying realistic optimism in helping relationship combines hopefulness with adequate knowledge and appropriate skill. How do you rate your overall optimism about life, other people's ideas, and the clients with whom you work, and your ability to help others? Overall, in the past 5 years, I have worked to being more optimistic and feel like I am overall a highly optimistic person. An optimistic posture leads to respect, which is also essential in helping relationships. Also noted, when we are intentional with our direction and purpose, we have the power to be either a beneficial presence or a lethal force in the lives of those who seek our help. Respectful behaviors encompass many of the qualities presented in this book. Reflection number 3. Think about the signs posted around the building where you work. What do these signs convey in the terms of respectfulness to the people who read these messages, and how would you change the problematic signs? I'm currently not working right now because I was focusing on school, but where I used to volunteer at Unlimited Solutions Clubhouse, the signs and pictures around the building inspire and celebrate its members. I can't think of a problematic sign. Reflection number 4. Blame is an obstacle to accepting self-responsibility. As helpers, we consistently face the challenges of encouraging clients to take responsibility for their lives. We begin by helping them resist the temptation to blame others. How will you face the responsibility when your clients do not progress as expected? I will admit to the client what I did wrong and discuss what we could do together to get the desired outcome. Trust is essential to helping relationships and vital to a caring philosophy, as we learned in Chapter 3. In most instances, trust develops in a helping relationship because the client is comfortable with the helper. Such comfort exists because the helper's faith and respect for the client, which allows the person being helped to maintain their identity. Sometimes in the helping relationship, we refer to trust as a process in a singular direction. The client must trust the helper. This is at best a limited view because trust is a two-dimensional quality. We trust ourselves as helpers because we have compassion and empathy for others, and we recognize the knowledge and skill we bring to the particular helping relationship. As we extend our trust, in turn, they begin to develop faith in us. The helping relationship progresses as this trust becomes a more natural part of the process. Caring helpers have the courage to allow their clients to make mistakes in their journey toward a better life. The 3 ingredients in an encouraging stance are optimism, respect, and trust. These ingredients also include other related qualities such as hope, faith, acceptance, responsibility, and reliability. Together, all these qualities provide the substance of our intentionality as caring helpers. Without these positive ingredients, our direction and purpose might become less than helpful or uncaring. Professional helpers are still human, and a part of being human means we are subject to fatigue, stress, and other factors that detract from our desire to help others. In counseling, for example, the policies and procedures of an institution or system may become overbearing or overwhelming, thus forcing a counselor to place a client's needs behind the expectations of the school, hospital, or mental health system. At such times, a conceptual structure that guides us in processing our helpful and caring relationships more effectively might be useful. So, reflection number 5. Think of a time when you were not successful. What were the outcomes? Did you learn anything positive lesson? This makes me think of all the times I tried to going to college before 2017. I usually took a tour of the college, would gather information, but out of fear or financial burden, I would run away. I learned that getting out of my comfort zone and learning as much about the topic as I can will help me achieve success. So, reflection number 6. You can access your level of wanting to help by examining specific instances of helping. What aspects of your life have you wanted to change? It may be helpful to list the methods or activities you have initiated to bring about these changes. For example, if you have wanted to gain more knowledge about a particular helping skill, what have you done to acquire that level of expertise? But one thing I've always wanted to change in helping myself is my education, and not just in college. I've taken many to making videos, reading books and articles, and particularly practicing whatever I want to learn. Making the videos actually keeps me somewhat accountable for my goals. Intentionally caring helpers rarely step blindfolded or unprepared into relationships. Even in the most critical and urgent circumstances, we make every attempt to be ready for the twists and turns that helping relationships can take. Ooh. Essential to this preparation is the knowledge we attain about particular human conditions and the skills we acquire to move each helping relationship towards a positive conclusion. Professional helpers cannot possibly know everything about every situation, so our preparation must include a solid understanding of basic knowledge and content using of helping skills. Helping is a shared experience, as noted. It is not only something we do to others, but a process of caring about people, sharing our knowledge and skill, and capitalizing on each other's strengths to move the relationship forward. Reflection number 7. Access your ability to read situations accurately. Are you usually in tune with others or out of touch with what they mean by their words or action? How do you verify your accuracy in reading situations? I think I'm pretty good about reading situations accurately, but these skills can always be improved and practiced upon, and usually I verify by telling what I see and asking if this is accurate. Meyer and Davis have suggested that we should avoid giving advice, solving problems prematurely, and relying on questions to facilitate the relationship. Instead, they emphasize listening carefully, attending to nonverbal messages, focusing on the client, being concrete, and summarizing to move the relationship forward. These attentive behaviors help us concentrate on the client's agendas to the messages we choose to send, maintain a focus on them and their issues. Sometimes our messages are not received or clients do not accept them. Knowing how hard to push a client is an important ingredient of intentional caring. As we learned in Chapter 2, clients' perceptions influence their readiness to take risks and make changes in their lives. When we receive a response that says a client is not ready, we respect that position, we rethink our original message and clinical position. In a sense, we return to an earlier phase of the helping process, preparing and reading the situation. We reconsider, seek more information from the client and others, and create an alternative message. In this way, we move from a helping relationship toward actions that overcome difficulties and obstacles. Negotiating and compromising to overcome obstacles require communication skills that incorporate all of the ingredients of intentional caring in this book. Occasionally, even the most proficient helpers are unable to resolve differences with particular clients. So reflection number 8. Experienced helpers help that understand that messages are sometimes unsuccessful when they are first sent. Confident helpers do not allow temporary obstacles to prevent them from exploring differences and looking for solutions. They use negotiations and compromise to overcome differences and move the relationship forward. When we fail to negotiate differences, the process of helping can end without beneficial there we go. Can end without beneficial results, even though our intentions are good. What qualities do you possess to help or hinder your ability to negotiate and compromise? I believe that having a strong ability to communicate, active listening, understanding meaning and intentions, and to empathize with the client. I have a strong ability to communicate, actively listening, understand meaning and intention, empathize, which will help my ability to negotiate and compromise. I also believe that my strong emotional reaction will hinder my ability to negotiate. I plan on working on my initial emotional reaction and how to stop it from surfacing immediately so that they don't hinder my relationships. Intentional helpers are accountable to the people they assist. They are also accountable to themselves as helpers, to the institution or organization that employ them, and use them as professional helpers. At the same time, caring helpers understand that their clients are responsible for what they themselves choose to do or do not do in making progress towards a goal. This aspect of shared responsibility within the evaluation process is part of the intentional respect already emphasized within this chapter. All professional helpers who are working with difficult clients in challenging situations must first take a thorough assessment and determine accurately whether they have the expertise, skill, and competence to be of assistance. If we determine that we can offer these clients appropriate assistance, the process of creating caring messages still applies. Jeffrey Kotler has listed 8 rules of engagement that all helpers must find useful, when working with difficult clients. So the first rule is detachment without withdrawal. Sometimes it is helpful to step back from the relationship. The second is talking to ourselves. It encourages us of repeated words, phrases that we use, mantras. The third rule is stop complaining. Rather than complain about negative behaviors, we should look for positive points to highlight. Next, we have keep our sense of humor. Humor can help clients broaden or alter their perspective or reframe their difficulties more positively. Fifth is refrain resistance. Refraining may encourage both parties to begin thinking differently about old changes. Sixth is be flexible. Seventh is helping squared, so that means adding more helpers if needed. And finally, 8, to let go. Reflection number 9. In the context of these guidelines, which of the 8 rules do you think will be most challenging for you to follow? Honestly, for me, it'd be letting go, because I want to help people, and if I can't help them, I want to at least find someone who can help them by adding more helpers. So that's it for chapter 4. There's only 2 more chapters left. So thanks for watching.